The Reign of the Warlock Ladder Season 13 in full swing, and with limited playtime I have just reached level 90. I'm truly having fun and just crafted the spirit in a giant sword. Let me tell you, it absolutely rips. Hello YouTube, Liquid Dream here with another episode of my Holy Grail journey. Last episode we made some really nice progress towards the Grail, ticking off a few more items and continuing that slow but steady climb that we all know this challenge is all about. Nothing too outrageous, but enough to remind us that persistence always pays off, eventually. Even with that limited playtime, this Warlock, alongside Emilio and Nefasto, are busted. And let's just say that demons in Sanctuary are not having a great time right now. And I finally crafted that spirit and a giant sword, and wow, this thing absolutely rips. It's one of those moments where eventually everything just clicks, and suddenly the farming feels smoother, faster, and more satisfying. But before we get into today's Holy Grail finds, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been supporting the journey, whether you subscribed, dropped a comment, or just tuned in each week. As I said before, I'm just a 50-something-year-old filthy casual who loves this game, and the fact that people are enjoying the ride alongside me really means a lot. But you know what? Let's get into it. Now, like most of us, we spent so much time in Sanctuary, I ended up with a stash full of gems and not much to do with them. So I thought, why not step back from the usual farming routes and spend a bit of time rolling grand charms. Roll after roll, nothing. Another roll, still nothing. And then suddenly, something different appears. A subtle shift and a little something that catches your eye. A +1 to combat pally skills. And we're back in one of the most reliable farming spots in the game, the pits. More specifically, level 2. There's just something about the place, the density, the level, the constant possibility that at any moment something valuable could drop. Clearing those mobs, everything felt routine, almost too routine. And then out of nowhere, I got a nice little jewel. What will it roll? Yup, and oh, it's almost perfect. Well, I'll take it anyway. Making my way down towards the counters, and everything was going as expected until I reached the entrance to level 5. That's when the things got a bit messy. Now normally when you see ghosts, your mind immediately jumps to runes, that little spike of excitement. The thought that maybe, just maybe, this one is the run. But suddenly the things get a little bit interesting, and I get something that's actually not bad for a nice sorceress build. Made my way to the Frigid Highlands to pay a visit to Eldritch. Now I said it before and I'll say it again, this guy usually is pretty underwhelming. Most of the time you clear him out and move on without a second thought. But every now and then he reminds us that why we keep coming back. He drops a grand charm, and here I am juggling a little bit because it's obviously a Geats charm. And once it's identified, let's see if I get a disappointing result, and it's 23%. Still in the Frigid Highlands and still clearing through. And at this point I'm thinking Eldritch has done more than enough, but Sanctuary hasn't finished yet. Another drop catches my eye, and this time it's a trestlized arm. This is exactly something you expect to get excited about, but you pick it up anyway. Identify it, and just like that, it turns into something worthwhile. Solid defense, some good stats, and it's the Iron Pelt. I haven't seen one of these in ages. Walking through the bloody foothills, cutting down everything inside, it feels like just another run, until something dropped that immediately changed the tone. A phase blade. And if you played this game for long enough, you already know that feeling. You pick it up, there's that pause, the moment before you identify it. Because it could be anything or just something very special. The magic damage on this one is pretty good, some auras, but look, it's as a wrath and it's one on the Holy Grail. After that I decided I'd slow things down a bit and head over to Lorcaros. No pressure, no chaos, just simple chest popping. One of those farming methods you can almost do on autopilot. I had Ancient Aliens playing in the background, alright? Don't judge, please. Just watch garbage that you don't have to concentrate on. After that, a nice little charm drops, and what we do once it's identified, decide that the assassin is definitely the next character that I'm gonna build. Because why not, right? Next we're off to green pastures, and honestly there's nothing quite like it. No immunities, just wave after wave of enemies, perfect for farming. Everything was going as expected, gems, runes, charms, and then something a little different drops, a war staff. Now we get a Arcana set, which is now completed. Now my merc decided that he would go off script and keep going, and as a reward for that and me helping him out a little bit, I got a Mal rune. I was never one to complain about a Mal rune, especially when that can be cubed up towards something for the assassin. And finally I couldn't resist. A quick trip to Andariel, because let's be honest, if you're not farming Andariel, are you really even farming? Run after run, she continues to deliver. Another ring drop, and at this point it's getting a bit ridiculous. I'm sitting currently on 73 unidentified rings in my stash, all waiting to be identified in a future video coming very soon. And the hope is obviously to get one of those stones of joy. But all too soon, that brings us to the end of another video. Some fantastic find this episode. Azure Wrath, definitely the standout, backed up by some really solid supporting drops and few useful charms and a steady progress towards the grab. We're now sitting at 438 items in a stash, and while the finish line is still a long way off, we're getting there, one drop at a time. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what your best find has been lately. Well, until next time, peace out YouTube, and may Lady Luck be on your side. Don't forget to subscribe, and comment, and like. Bye.